goal of this program is for you all to create stories. And the way we're going to start is pretty much the way Pixar artists start.
A way to think about the what if question is it's the big idea. What if toys came to life when humans left the room?
What if there was an artist who could travel anywhere through their paintings, but they got artist block and they couldn't find their way back?
What if a snowflake wants to become a rainbow?
What if the boogeyman became the boogeyman?
One thing I would say before you start designing characters is you have to figure out the style. It's very important to figure out the style because that will not only reflect in the character, but also in the environments.
And I think people as artists sometimes forget that you're in charge of what the audience sees. If you think of an audience member who might not have seen the trailer, Act 1 is so important. Where am I?
Once upon a time, there was a ghost that roamed the school all alone.
Every day, Bram spent his time learning all he could about cooking from his family and his idol, Chef Amar Rasoya.
Until one day she found a cottage in the woods. Going inside, she saw a fairy trapped in a jar. She had freed the fairy, angering the witch that lived there.
I think for me, personally, successful design comes from knowing your story.
Whenever I get a script or have an idea that I want to turn into a picture, I always first am asking myself, what am I trying to communicate? And I also ask myself, what's the emotion attached to that information?
What is this? I'm a real werewolf!
Hey, homie, what happened? Saul, run for the help.
How dare you!
Some people think that you have to know the moral before you start working on the film. Like you have to know the story spine, know the moral, know the logline, and then you can start drawing. Imagine your story is an adventure you're going on. And moral is more of the lesson you learned along the way of the journey.
Why do we just want to dance when we hear a good beat? Because our brains are programmed to hear a beat and respond to that. And I think editing, there's kind of a question-answer notion to a good beat, which is dun, 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 dun. And I think sometimes editing and the pacing can follow that, where you cut, cut, cut.
All people have an incredible capacity to see the humanity in others. And if you translate yourself or someone you love into a very specific character, people will find their way in.